So some overall tips I have would be if you're outsourcing the learning, whether it's online or in person, just make sure you know the worldview of the provider, that they share your values, that they share your family's goals for educating your child.
Yes.
What works best for your child? If it's just not working, okay, it's okay. Or if it wasn't your ideal situation, but it works well for your child, it may be a good thing as long as it works well for your family. Don't be hands-off. You're going to have to be hands-on no matter what you do with your child. Now, that doesn't mean that you're standing there hovering over them and talking about them all the time and nagging them. It doesn't mean that. But also, you don't want to just be completely hands-off and then be surprised by something. I mean, I've allowed my children to fail subjects that I've outsourced before because I think it's a good character training for them.
Yeah.
But I knew they were failing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't just surprised by that.
Right. You were keeping tabs and watching and... Yeah,
I looked hands off, and sometimes I wasn't as hands on as maybe I needed to be. But at the same time, they also learned valuable lessons. And like you said with the transcript earlier, I had a child who failed a subject, and so what I did was I said, okay, that's not going on your transcript at all. You're not getting your credit for that, but you're going to need to additionally do this stuff over the summer to give you that credit. Okay. Yeah. If you're doing online, make sure your technology supports online learning. Because if so you are always glitching in and out, that's going to be a problem. It's going to hinder your child's learning. So you may have to invest in boosting your internet or something like that. So if you're going to do that. And then some programs are accredited or provide grades and others don't. And accreditation, I get a lot of questions about that. In your state, it may matter. In mine, it does not. Accreditation doesn't equal excellence necessarily. Yes. It does help, though, because it means somebody has gone through and looked over their program. Right. But it also means it has to fit the accreditor standards, and the accreditor standards may or may not be your standards and your goals for that child. So don't say accredited.
May be too small of a box for your student as well.
Could be. So don't think that accreditation is everything, or it may not even be anything, but it may be good for you. You may like that. So, it's something to know about. And then if you're going to, let's say your child's doing 100% online or outsourced learning, make sure you connect with your children in other ways because, it is such a privilege to have your children home. And a lot of times we don't see it as a privilege, but it is. And the time goes by so quickly. I've got 2 grown children, and it's like the things I know now that I wish I would have known. I would have been, if I'd have known what I know now, I would have been able to homeschool for the long haul with them. And so, just connect with them and enjoy them and enjoy the relationship and teach them the things that they can get from you, even if it's informal. Yeah. And then find out if that program, if you're, doing it online or an outsourced program, find out if it can be adapted for your child if needed, or if there's special learning plans that can be offered. And if so, and is there a cost? Yeah. So those are just some of the tips that I had.